All right, all right. Here we are, the most hopeful week of all, week 4. How's everybody doing? Good? Hi, Chef. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. A little hot, but feeling good other than that. So let's hear from you all first. There's only a few, you guys, so love to hear from you. We've got an intimate gathering. So your week 3 interview, whether you interviewed somebody or listened to the Chef Tyson interview, did you learn anything? Did you experience anything? Do you have any thoughts on this? Something that was really cool or surprising? Anybody here to share?
I was amazed how Chef Tyson got to experience firsthand with the cattle and slaughtering the cattle and raising produce and stuff like that. That was really awesome, because you don't see that here in this town, people doing that. You may see them raising fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, but cows and stuff like that, processing them and cutting them up, and all when you do cut an animal up, they basically cut them the same way. It's no different.
Yep, the body is the body, so you break it down and you're good to go.
And that was pretty neat to know somebody that actually was hands-on and that has experienced that, and and you can see what it looked like when you first chopped it up and what you can turn it into. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool.
Because you wouldn't think the nasty would be so awful, but taste so good.
Right.
Chef Tyson definitely has a unique thing going for him. It's pretty rare you'd see the raising of the animals into the slaughtering process. He butchers it himself, partially cooks it, owns the restaurant, talks to the guests about it. That's definitely a lot of hands in one pot. It's a pretty unique situation to have that much involvement. So he has a good thing going for him.
Yeah, he's got some skills for sure. A lot of knowledge. Cool. Chef Greg, anything that you want to comment on or anything?
No, just you've probably heard it already in the video. Just when you're listening to Chef Tyson, like Ebony was saying, or Chef Catherine, myself, or read a blog, whatever it is, listen to it, take it in, and then do your research. Just remember that your experiences are going to base your opinions. Don't ever just read one article, watch one documentary, and be like, that's it, I'm not eating beef. Saw a documentary, that's it. Everybody has an agenda, and everybody has an opinion. Like Chef Catherine and I don't have agendas to draw any type of information or give you guys wrong information. But a lot of what we say or talk about is based off of our experiences. It's factual, the scientific stuff, but some of it is what we've done and what works or not works. So with that being said, it's not that anybody is right or wrong. Just you got to make that decision for yourself. And the best way to do that is just experience it and just look at every single side. A story has way more than 2 sides, especially when you're talking about food. There's just no cut and dry. There's so many pieces of information, and we talk about GMOs and organic food, and that's really just scratching the surface on how many opinions can be about one thing. So just even when Chef Tyson, he says in the interview, he says marketing is BS. I'm not going to debate whether he's right or wrong of that, but if you were the person doing the marketing, if it was your job, you're the head of marketing for Purdue, and you have this idea to put the word natural on every single product, and you're going to charge $1 more, and people are just buying it up. There's no definition of natural. However, you're in job of doing that marketing, not education. You're not educating the consumer. Your job is just to market. If you have tons of people buying it just because it says natural on that package, you are extremely, immensely successful. Don't know if it's right or wrong or not, but you just have to really look at both sides. Who's playing which game? That's pretty much all I have to say.
Awesome. Thank you, Chef. Couldn't agree with you more. All right. Well, now that we have that covered, I just want to take a minute right now to go over a few important things. One was makeup assignments for week 1 and 2 were due last night. If you missed one of those, they were due last night. Reach out to me. Let me know. We got to get that in now, okay? Also, this class is wrapping up. I mean, we're in week 4. This class is a little bit different time-wise than other classes because of our summer break and our winter break, how the calendar fell. So the next week is our last live session, okay? It is a 5-6 hybrid class, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But what does that mean? That means makeup science needs to get submitted. Plus, this is the last time this class is being offered. You need to get your work submitted now, okay? There's no, hey, let me do this again. Class is ending. Otherwise, there's potential that you have to sign up for an entirely new program, which that's going to add another 12 weeks to your graduation date. Actually, another 18 weeks. It's going to push you back another 4 months. We don't want that to happen, right? So it's time to really, really push it. We only had about 50% of students submit work this week. And the work is laid out right there. There's not even cooking. You didn't have to go interview somebody. The interview's on the class page as an alternative for Chef Tyson. It's really not the position I want to be in, to have this conversation. It's not the position Chef Greg wants to be in. It's not the position we want anybody to be in. Sadly, we're here. So, if something comes up, you got to reach out to me so I can help, all right? And great job to all of you that did submit. That's what's up, all right? Preparation, time management, TCOB, taking care of business, all right? It's not time to mess around anymore. Got to knock it out, finish strong, all right? Because externship's not going to, your chef on externship is not going to let stuff like this fly, right? You got to be there on time. Mise en place got to be set up. You got to have your station ready. This is not just, hey, we want to be jerks. You know, there are due dates and things that you have to get done. Just like you need your station set up so that you can execute and have a banging night of service. All right? Same thing. It's no different. So, enough of that. Let's have some fun and talk about food instead. All right? Cool. So, offal. O-F-F-A-L, not awful. All right? Quite the opposite. Offal is basically the internal organs. When you cook, when you start to fabricate, right? If you listen to Chef Tyson's interview, right? Butchering cows, right? Pigs, goat, all pork, all these animals, right? You hang them up, slice them, internal organs come out. All fall, it all falls. That's offal. That's waste products, okay? That means things that aren't like the major muscle group, right? You've got of course your shanks, your ribs, your loin, you got shoulder, all those great cuts of muscle. But what about all that other stuff that goes into an animal? Okay? Let's take a step back. All right? Let's think about, okay, we have broken down an animal, right? And now we're left with a pile of bones, pile of actual muscle meat, and then a pile of stuff that we think is, leftovers. Okay? Essentially. Now, what happens if we only can sell or utilize the muscle meats? What happens to the cost of that meat? So you've purchased a pig. Let's just use a pig. You've purchased an entire pig for $600. Let's just call it $600. Not necessarily the price. We're just using it as a number. That pig is composed of bones, muscle mass, right? And then organs, offal, waste products. All right. So if you just are going after the meat, you're still paying for everything else. You bought that whole pig. So what do? You got to take those bones. You got to make stock, right? That's what we do. Flavor, nutrients, minerals, deliciousness, all right? Bones. What about that skin? Who's ever had chicharrones or cracklins? Fried chicken skin or fried pork skin, all right? Deliciousness, yeah. That could normally be just thrown out if we weren't using that skin for anything. Again, waste. Skin takes up a lot of space on your body, right? Now, what about all those internal organs? Who's ever had chicken livers? Who's ever had, chicken liver pate, liver sausage, sausage? No, nobody's ever eaten sausage?
Me.
Ever eat, Crystal's in. Hot dog? Has anybody ever had a hot dog?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody had a sausage with a natural casing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So guess what? We're all offal eaters.
Pig feet, pig ears, pig tails.
Yeah. Everything. What about everything. What about chicken feet? Remember?
Chicken feet, they sticky. Chicken feet. They
Chicken
make good stock.
make great stock, full of gelatin, full of collagen, right? Collagen that gets melted down, transferred to gelatin, gets that wobble, right?
South.
Okay? So, utilization. Hoghead cheese, yeah. So, utilization of all products, okay? Who's ever made gravy? You get a chicken, right? Or your turkey. You take out that bag and got those gizzards, giblets, you got the neck. You make a nice little tasty gravy out of that bad boy, right? That's gravy made from offal.
Giblet.
Yeah. Well, Crystal, I love your excitement, but I gotta just hold on, okay? Will be more time to share in a little while. I just want to get through some stuff. So, what else is inside of all of these waste products, do we think?
Bones.
What's that?
Bones.
Bones? No, I'm looking for something else.
Collagen.
Collagen, yeah. What else?
Marrow.
Yep, marrow's inside the bones. What do we think's inside liver, heart, all these other internal organs? Nutrients and vitamins.
Right. Iron.
Yeah, ton, exactly. Iron, zinc, manganese, magnesium. These waste products are loaded with nutrients and are high nutritional value. Okay, so we've got this waste product that we think of as, oh, this is garbage, right? However, first of all, cost associated with it, and there's nutrient value. Now, you all just had cuisines of the world, right? Guess what? Every single culture out there is utilizing offal. There's not a culture out there in the wide world that doesn't utilize offal. Why? Because you can't. You literally cannot afford to just throw this stuff away.
Survival.
Survival, you got it. Sustainability, right? If we were just seeking muscle cuts from animals, man, we'd be in some trouble, right? Because most of us wouldn't have survived, because guess what? These products have always been utilized. Whether they are to flavor, maybe you're putting a few things in here, dropping it in there. Maybe you're making a whole batch of something. I want to show you something that I think is going to really change your perspective on what offal is. Also, in the farm-to-table movement that we're talking about, right? Guess what's trending more? One of the two top trends in farm-to-table movements. I'll give you one. One is pickles. What's the other?
Say that again, Chef.
Two things that are really trending on farm-to-table menus. I said I'll give you one is pickles. What do you think the other is?
Bone marrow.
Well, you're right on. Your bone marrow is popular. But yeah, the general term, offal. Because this plays into the nose to tail, sustainable farm to table movement, utilization. All right, I want to show some photos to get you guys excited. I'm going to rattle off some things right now. You got menudo, you got tacos de lengua, you've got tripla alla fiorentina, we've got foie gras, we've got everything, okay, bougie noir, duck tongue. I mean, we are talking about delicacies, deliciousness. Let's take a look.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's see this. Shoot, that is not what I want. Boom. There we go. All righty. So, tripa alla fiorentina. All right. Tripa is tripe. Tripe is stomach. Okay. Cooked in the proper way, this resembles the texture of like some type of mushroom. It's soft. It's slightly gelatinous. It doesn't have too much resistance, but there's enough give and bite to it. Okay. Cook that down with a nice tomato sauce. Goodness gracious. All right. You will see that there's a honeycomb-like structure. Here it is raw. Okay. Obviously, also when we're talking about offal, the biggest thing is preparation. Preparation is everything when it comes to offal.
Tripe.
Pardon me?
Tripe.
Yep, tripe. So everything that, when we come to offal, preparation is so critical because there's a lot of flavors. Remember, these are organs that have been processing, filtering blood, all this stuff, right? So you have to clean it and prepare it correctly. Just like there are different ways to prepare different cuts of meat, different ways to prepare tripe and offal. All right, so that's what tripe looks raw. Then, boom, there we go. You can see in this photo, you've got this honeycomb texture right there. Looks like honeycomb. It also looks like a morel mushroom. Now, let's see what else. Here's another one. This is menudo. This is a typical Mexican stew made with tripe. Okay? Again, you can see that honeycomb structure in there. This is really rich, hearty, again, full of nutrients and vitamins, really savory, really delicious. Let's jump. If we're already in Mexico, let's go to tacos de lengua, all right? Does anybody know what these are? These look delicious if you ask me. That's tongue. Guess what? Tongue is a muscle. Tongue is one of your strongest muscles, right? Just like any other part of the body, right? Is it different than eating a shank? Sure, maybe you gotta jump across the idea that this is a tongue, but a tongue is a tongue. We're eating butt muscle, right? Coming from that back hip section. I mean, we have to disconnect from the idea of what it is to what it actually is, structurally, okay? Now, here are gizzards, fried gizzards. Really wonderful treat. Okay. Here's some chicken liver pate. You take those chicken livers, you cook it, blend it, spread that on a toasted baguette. Bliss. Guess what else, guys? Offal, not that expensive. So you can take a cheap item, sell it for a lot more. You can make a lot of money on your menus. All right. How about fried chicken livers? One of my favorites. Oh yeah, a nice dipping sauce. Not go wrong. Make hot chicken. You know, hot chicken's trending, right? Nashville hot chicken. What about making Nashville hot chicken livers? I am in. Okay. How about, let's see, what else do we have here? We've got tons of stuff. Okay, we've got liver. Oh, liverwurst, right? Another one of type of force meat where you're taking things and blending it and cooking that. Chicharrones, like we were talking about, nice crispy pork skin or chicken skin. Okay. I think I've got a few more. Foie gras. This is one of the most high-end, pretty expensive product out there that you will see in fine dining establishments. Foie gras is the fattened liver of a duck. Okay. Started in France. This is a delicacy. I mean, I don't think we have to look very much further than the presentation of these dishes to know that this is a high-end, you know, you're not finding this at your local joint, you know. This is high-end stuff. Okay. So let's see what else. I think I've got one more, and then Chef Greg, I think he has some to share too. I've got this. So hopefully I didn't take this from you, Chef, but sometimes we fight over this one. But boudin noir. Who's ever had boudin noir? Blood sausage. Anybody? Okay. Well, guess what? Boudin noir. Where do you all that blood when you kill an animal? You save it and you make dishes out of it. This is not the. Let me do this, because when you see this, think this boudin noir hails from France. But now, why don't we just take a look at blood sausage? Which country do you guys want to pick from? Spanish blood sausage, Argentinian blood sausage, German, English, haggis, black pudding, Irish, Puerto Rican, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, Scottish, Mexican. Every single culture has a form of blood sausage. Guess what? Tons of nutrients in there as well. Okay? So, anybody getting excited about all this deliciousness? I am. One last thing. Chef, are you going to show intestines?
No, I did not have intestines up this evening. Please.
Okay. I'm just going to show a quick one, and then I'm going to throw it to you, and you can hear what you got going on too. Here, where the heck are they? Boom, there we go. How do you make sausage? Right? Some really tasty sausage. Pig intestine. That's casing. That's how you hold it together. Before we had artificial casings, all sausages were made from intestines. Now, the cleaning process to make these, to get your intestines clean, takes a lot of work. You got to remember what the intestine, again, we go back to what role do any of these items play, right? They are part of the detoxification, the elimination system, digestive processing, right? Glands, sweetbreads, hypothalamus, your liver. It's all processing everything, chemicals, right, in our body. So blood is filtering through, cleaning itself constantly, liver as well. So there are a lot of steps that you have to take in order to make sure that you get a nice end result. Very quickly. Chef Greg.
Okay. So we're going to talk about a couple of them, and then I kind of want to just switch gears and just talk about offal as a whole. So I believe Cheryl already said it. This is my all-time favorite. Head cheese. Head cheese is a just beautiful piece of life. So you're taking, where's the photo? You're taking a pig's head, you're soaking it in vinegar and water, and then you're boiling it. Just half a day of just straight boiling. You're building up a ton of collagen, and it actually does make like pork jelly. You peel all the eyeballs, the ears, the brain, whatever you can get off there with your fingers, and then you make this absolutely beautiful piece of meat, and it's called head cheese because it's from the head. All this is just gelatin is what's holding it together. It's just an absolutely just beautiful, beautiful fact of life. When we're talking about soups, we did talk about soups a little bit. This is called zarnina. It's a Polish soup. It's made from goose blood. Chef mentioned earlier, duck tongues. This looks amazing. Just some nice flash fried duck tongues. Looks like some garlic on here, jalapenos, probably like a teriyaki sauce. And then before I move on, I just want to talk about something really quick. We're going to talk about perception. So we talked a lot about offal, and we talked a little bit about how it was a necessity. You can't throw things away. You need to eat the entire animal. And we talked about high-end things, which I'm going to go to a little bit more. But when being a chef, it does not mean that you have to have eyeballs at your home or brains in your freezer at your house. However, being a chef, part of it, you need and want to know how to cook every single thing, whether it be kidneys, pate, duck tongues, just chicharrones, whatever that is. You never know where this career is going to take you. And when you go in, you want to just have just excitement, learn about it, just do everything you can. This is not products that, and I'll get into the point in a second, these are not products that are just lightly just, oh, we don't know what to do, we're going to buy chicken livers. There's restaurants out there, people are waiting months and months to get into, to eat livers, to eat kidney, to eat all these things. So part of being a chef is cooking things you may not want to eat. It's completely okay, but whatever that is, you need to go in there and you need to cook the absolute best of your ability every single time you make it, offal included. So since we're talking about perception and we're talking about high-end places that are eating and serving offal, I don't know if everybody knows what a Michelin star restaurant is. So Michelin is a guide, and they cover huge areas in the world, and they vote and they judge on the world's best restaurants. So this one's from Gordon Ramsay, and this is a piece of kidney from his restaurant in London. People wait months, pay hundreds of dollars to eat at one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, and they're paying to eat kidney. This one was Richard Davies. This was Chef's Edit Pate. This is actually sweetbreads, which is a part of the pancreas at a restaurant. And then we're going to talk a little bit about two things kind of at the same time. So this is called Kobe beef. Kobe beef, just like anything else, has different ranges. This is called A5. This is, look how beautiful this is. This is all fat. This is all marbleization. Now, Kobe beef, you see this piece right here? It's $1,250. Kobe beef here, $1,200. It says you must buy 11 pounds at $109 a pound. So people are paying a lot of money for this. However, this is based off of a cow. Think about all this richness, this time. They take the cows, they feed them beer and wine, and they massage them every day to get this deliciousness. However, they're butchering that cow. So with butchering, this beautiful piece of meat also becomes offal. So if we look at a liver off of an A5 cow, look at just the deepness of flavor in this. Think about all this fat on this steak. That fat is in the bloodstream. That fat is in the kidneys. It's in the liver. So you're getting all of that deliciousness. So when we're talking about perception of offal, just think, as much as it is a necessity, it's just an amazing product. And really, you want to try to cook and learn how to serve every single thing, because it is just an absolutely just joy of life. And there you go.
Thank you, Chef. Yeah,
Welcome.
100%. You know, I want to share this quick story because I think it's interesting. I think we all come in with hesitations of like, ooh, I saw something, I forget who it was, but when I mentioned tongue, it was like, what? And I get that, okay? I get that. At my culinary school, we had a thing called Grand Buffet every 3 weeks after every block, okay? And that was when the garde manger class, remember garde manger is going to be utilizing all these offcuts, making terrines, pâtés, just a little bit more elevated cuisine, utilization, right? Everybody can sear a steak, but can everybody transform liver into something palatable and amazing? The answer is no. It takes skill to be able to know how to prepare it and make it taste incredible. Because it doesn't come out of the package tasting amazing. You have to be able to know how to cook it and how to coax out all that flavor and texture from it and get the best stuff from it. All right, so I walk up to this one guy. He's got a nice little hunk of meat. He's slicing something. Yeah, I'm down for everything. Looks really pretty. So, yeah, I'll have some. What is it? He goes, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Okay. He said, take a piece and come back and tell me what you think about it. All right. Took a piece, sat down. This was unreal. It was so tender. The flavor was like something I had never had before. Oh, man, I'm gonna get another. I'm grand buffet. Buffet means I can go back for more, right? So I was like, I'm gonna get another piece. And I'm like, all right. He goes, what did you think of it? I said, I loved it. I want more. I said, but you have to tell me what it is. He goes, okay, tell me. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Totally caught off guard. I did not think that I just had eaten cow tongue. You know, those things are big. Have you ever seen a cow tongue in the store at a butcher shop?
What you said it was?
Cow tongue. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You've got a lot
I
of.
haven't had that in a long time.
You haven't had that in a long time? Well,
Yeah.
it's good.
Have you ever ate any raccoon?
No, I've never had raccoon. I would like to.
It's delicious.
Okay. Will you send me some recipe? Send me a message about it,
I will.
please. You know, that's what kind of made me change at my whole idea of, okay, I need to stop coming in with my thoughts of what it seems gross or foreign, right? Because when we look back, like I said, every single culture has it. These were cuts of meat that were a lot more affordable. Now they're more affordable because guess what? It takes a long time to prepare them. This is not, again, like I said, you just take a cut of muscle, put it in the pan, you're ready to go, right? That's for the wealthy people, right? It's easy. The lower cuts, even you think about like different, just tougher cuts of meat are usually cheaper, right? So this all comes down to how time and energy it takes to prepare it. So oftentimes you're gonna have a big stew, think about that, like way back into different cultures, right? Like I'm talking about way back, right? Way back. You've got a big pot, an open fire, you know, things are going on, you're living in it's a different way of living, but you've got to use those pots. They didn't waste that. They could not afford to throw that away. There is no chance ever that they could just throw this stuff away. So, anyways, I ended up being in Spain, working on a farm, and we were doing a matanza, which is the slaughtering of a pig. And so here I am with a bunch of Spaniards working on this farm. Things are groovy. Slaughter it. So definitely, you know, it's not an easy thing to witness. You're watching a life being taken. However, this is what I'm going into. When you take a life of an animal, right, you gotta honor it and utilize every single part. Otherwise, what the heck is the point? Very wasteful. You gotta utilize. You save the fat because you can cook in that fat later. You save the blood because you can make curds, you can make noir, you make all these wonderful things. So anyways, we get to it and boom. The guys are like, you're a chef, you have to eat this. I mean, I'm like, oh, shiznackles, right? I'm like, they're giving me pig's brain. I'm thinking, am I gonna die? I gotta eat heart. They tell me how to eat heart, right? They're like, what you want to do is you got to slice it thin, because remember that heart muscle is really strong. I mean, that thing is pumping all day, right? That is a tough muscle. So you have to slice it really thinly. And then what's nice, just a little bit of salt and a squeeze of lemon. That acidity helps it. Boom. All right. Liver. We're cleaning the intestines. We're making sausage. I mean, nothing went to waste. Additionally, you take that head, like Chef was saying, head cheese. They turn it into a sausage. You take all that goodness, put it into a sausage, okay? Every single thing was used. Nothing went to waste. So, what else was I gonna say? So yeah, just, you know, like I said, it can be sometimes like, oh, I don't wanna eat that. Give it a try. Some of your, you know, I think of taking liver. Liver is quite ubiquitous. You're gonna be able to get liver, chicken liver, you know, gateway offal fried chicken livers, or chicken liver mousse or pate. Okay, a great way to go. If you can't do that, get some chicken, right? And you're going to use those legs or the breast for something else. Take that skin off and make cracklins, fried chicken skins. All right, that's another way to create offal, right? I'd like to challenge you all to do something a little bit more than just making fried chicken skins. You know, do that as a garnish on top of something else, all right? Double up your offal. Challenge yourself. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Try something new. I think that's about it. So does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to pull up the assignment so we can go over that. Y'all ready? Cool. Alrighty. So, move this. We're going to go over that last week briefly afterwards. Oh, also, yeah, discussion forum this week. Hop on it, all right? This is where you just talk to us about what you've learned, what you've enjoyed, something that, you know, made you go, wow, whatever. Maybe talk to us about who you interviewed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So here we go. Now, as we said, one of the biggest and most important things is preparation. You can't just, you know, do anything with offal. You can't just get ready to cook. So make sure you take some time to prepare and think about this. You've got a big chunk of research to do for this week, all right? Now, really important here. You don't want to lose points or have to redo it, so make sure all work is in your own words, all right? You can, of course, use resources from the website, from websites, looking up internet stuff, but get your own, put it into your own words, all right? Talk to us about why nose-to-tail cooking and offal relate to farm to table. Remember, we just talked about that. Sustainability, waste, cost, okay, utilization. That's what we're looking for, an answer that revolves around that. All right? Then, you're gonna research offal from pig, beef, and chicken. Each of those, okay? Because there's different offal for different parts, for different animals. Then you're gonna find 3 animals for each, 3 recipes for each animal. So 3 recipes for pig offal, pork offal, 3 recipes for beef offal, 3 recipes for chicken offal. There are about 38 different types of offal out there, with, you know, the big large umbrella. So there's plenty to choose from, right? Liver, intestine. You want to have different ones for different things. So like chicken, I'm thinking livers right there. Chicken livers, as you guys can tell, I love fried chicken livers. So that's what I would do. But guess what? You can also do beef liver, right? That's a thing too. Now, provide an active website link to each recipe for a total of 9 different recipes. If you have a cookbook, or if you have a family recipe that you want to throw down, go ahead, snap a photo of, like write it down and snap a photo of it. You can include that. That will also work. But also, we've talked about this before. When you're searching for recipes, use a good source, okay? Do don't just pull off anybody's recipe off all recipes. It's not necessarily good. The technique and preparation method might not be correct because there's no rules or regulation on who can post. Okay, so remember that. That's not where you necessarily want to go. I'm going to pull up an example of a place that I would suggest saying, hey, start looking at publications, Food and Wine, Bon Appetit, Saveur. Okay. Any, Gourmet back in the day, Gourmet magazine, any type of actual publication, right? That they've at least tried and tested. They've got some type of order to what they're allowing to go up there, right? Not just anybody. Here is an example of what I'm talking about. Oh, where did it go? Did I get it? Yeah. All right. So this is Food and Wine. This is a slideshow of offal. All right. Guarantee they also have recipes in here. Okay. So, What else do we have? There, sauteed liver with Indian spices. Awesome. Go to recipe. Okay. So find stuff that you're interested in. Get some, that looks awesome. I think I'm hungry. Find some recipes. Use real publications, good reputable sources. All right. Also, I mean, feel free to, you know, like I said, cookbooks or whatever. Now, let's hop back in there. Here we go. So that's, we've got a total of 9 different recipes. Then pick 2 different recipes of different offal, right? So maybe you're going to pick intestines and brain or gizzard or something like that. And compare the processing and cooking techniques, because they're gonna have different processing and cooking techniques. How you clean intestines is really important. If you soak liver, soaking liver in a dairy product helps to pull off, excuse me, some of the intensity that iron, right? Liver's full of iron, that metallic flavor. Dairy sucks that out. That's why you soak livers before cooking. Okay? Talk about the different processing and cooking techniques, and explain why the offals, the specific offal requires different treatment. Then all you have to do is pick one offal to prepare and cook. Okay? So pick your poison and get after it. Please a brief description of flavor and your production, right? Task management. Okay, I'm making liver. I had to first clean the liver, or I purchased my liver already clean, depending upon what it was, right? Then I had to soak it. The next day I drained it. Then I sauteed. Then I, you know, whatever you're making, depending. So then I 3-step battered and fried it. Or maybe you're turning it into a pate. Then you're gonna cook it and then you're gonna puree it, right? Blend it with other, process it with other ingredients. Required proof, self-ID, label and date with your date and week, Sani, mise en place, and then 6 to 10 photos at key points of production, okay? Execution, right? If you were to show this to a coworker who had never made it, what key photos are you gonna show them so that person can learn and understand from what you've done to get to your end result, all right? I think that's it. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Cool. Then Chef, is there anything else that you would like to talk about week 4? Otherwise, I'm going to talk about week 5, 6.
No, please do. It's important.
All right. Cool. So, have fun with offal. Embrace it. All right. And just driving the plane home, like what Chef Greg said. You're going to roll into a restaurant and you're going to have to cook something at some point that you may or may not want to eat, cook, do anything, but you got to know how to do it. Because otherwise, you won't have a job anymore. There's somebody else who's waiting who will say, yeah, I'll cook those livers. I have no problem cooking liver. I need a job. All right. So now, week 5, 6. Let's pull this up, get into it. So as we mentioned, this week 5, 6 is a combined week because of how the summer break and winter holiday formed. So we've got some good readings to do. And then this is the important stuff. You're going to see that there is an assignment here. I'm going to change this so that it's assignment 1 and assignment 2, or make it so that you all know that this is what you have to do. You create, excuse me, you are going to create a farm to table menu, okay, of your own doing. So you think about the season that you're in, right? So it's easy to be summer. Then you think about the location that you're in. We're going to go over this in depth next week, okay? But what I'd like you to do and recommend you to do, start looking at this now, okay? Thinking about, hey, what would I like to do for a 3-course seasonal menu plus a beverage? This is a celebration meal. This is to say, heck yeah, I did it. I am there. I'm at the end. Extra is next, and then free, you know, rocking in the free world or whatever they say. I don't know. Okay? So take a look at this. There are examples for everything. Where are we? There's a menu example. Check this out. Then you're going to execute that menu. So also make sure that whatever menu you make, it is feasible and it is affordable, okay? Those are important factors, right? If you want to go all vegetarian, go for it. If you want to go all offal, go for it. If you want to do, pick a theme around, whether a style of cuisine, go for it. Remember, the important things are going to be that it is the idea of farm to table and seasonality, all right? Your week 5, you are going to have to locate farms in your state and or region. You don't have to source from them, okay? You just have to create a menu, but you don't actually have to source from them. So please take a look over this. Get familiar with your week 5, 6, because all of that is going to be due on the 24th of September, okay? So you want to make sure that you get that all submitted. And on time, because then we wrap it up. We wrap up the class. You guys are out of this place.
Can I say one
Yeah, Chef, always.
thing? Just one small thing from that. So what Chef was just showing, it is 2 separate submissions. So you'll click in the one link, you'll add in your menu, your Google Doc with adding in your menu. Then you'll click in your other link, and then you'll add in your photos of your celebration menu with that little narrative as well. But it is 2 complete separate things. Do the same day, but you'll just have one will have a Google Doc, the other one will have a Google Doc in your folders. Photos.
Yes, thank you, Chef. So those are 2 separate assignments because together they form your culmination grade. It's your culmination assignment, each of those individually. So they're weighted a bit heavier than any other assignment that you have in the entire class. So don't drop the ball on this one. And invite your friends, family, whatever over. You're gonna talk to them a little bit about what you've learned about farm to table movement, sustainability, things like this. And it's really just a time to celebrate. Also, I highly suggest showing us what you got, right? Show us, you've been in this program for a year. Show us your skills. Bring your A game on plating, presentation, flavor components, flavor profile. All right. Let's see what else. Makeup assignments. Need those in yesterday. All right. So if you weren't able to get, basically everything is due in week 5. Makeup assignments. If you need, if for some reason you weren't able to get your week 1 or 2 into the makeup assignment for right now, please reach out to me. I will open them for you, but we need to get those in now, all right? Other than that, does anybody have any questions? No? All right. Well then, please reach out and let's have an awfully good week.
Thank you, everybody. Just please do remember that last week, 2 separate submissions.
Thanks, Chef. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice night. Bye.